Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. Judy here. If you fight for freedom, democracy, human rights, and science, you've come to the right place. I upload weekly to this series, which talks about dictators and more. And my friends, before we dive into today's topic, please allow me to thank the friends who bought me coffee from my website last week. Thank you so much for your kind support, my friends. Thank you. My friends, have you heard that the portrait of Trump may be featured on a commemorative $1 coin in honor of America's 250th birthday in 2026? Is it fake news? Unfortunately, it's not. The first drafts of the images have already been confirmed by the U.S. Treasury, and the proposed coin depicts Trump in profile on the front, and on the reverse, Trump raises his fist in defiance, accompanied by the words, "Fight, fight, fight." So, according to the U.S. Treasury, it is true. And this is like slapping the founding fathers in the face. About 250 years ago, the founding fathers fought for independence from the British monarchy. And now it seems that Trump is moving America in the direction of monarchy. You might think that I'm exaggerating because it's against U.S. law to display the image of a sitting president or living former president, because a president might be only featured on a coin no sooner than 2 years following the president's death. Yes, this is true, but my friends, did you know that Congress just passed the Circulating Collectible Coin Redesign Act, which allows the U.S. Treasury to mint special $1 coin to celebrate the event, America's 250th anniversary. So, the special coin design bearing Trump's image might be maintained. Yes, you might say, even if this happens in 2026, it doesn't mean that Trump is moving America in the direction of monarchy. Well, my friends, I do hope you're right about it. But this is just one of the steps of becoming a dictator and finally a king. And I've talked about some other steps in my previous videos. If you haven't watched them, please check them out in the description or comments. And my friends, I bet you know Julius Caesar, right? Yeah, he was a Roman general and statesman. I like Trump. Caesar often fought alongside his soldiers on the battleground. Caesar was a warrior. Trump is a coward. Trump and his family only know how to incite other people to fight for them, for their bidding. Right. I've also talked about the reasons why I believe Trump is a coward in my previous videos. To be honest, I don't understand why Trumpers think he's a strong man. Bullying other people, especially women, doesn't make a man strong. It only shows how weak the man is, what a coward he is. Anyway, Trump is a coward. Caesar was a warrior. Before his assassination in March 44 BC, Caesar had gained control of the Roman state. His public senate heaped more and more honors upon him. Yes, they enabled him to put his image on coins. And by doing this, Caesar showed that he was the absolute ruler of Rome, the king. And from then on, money became an instrument of political propaganda, which is why you often see leaders on coins in the countries that are ruled by dictators. And now Trump wants to do the same, even though he's just a coward, not a hero or a warrior. But like I said in one of my previous videos, Trump lacks of self-awareness. He might really believe that he's a great president, even though he only knows how to use hatred to manipulate people to fight against one another. And if you're not a fool, you could tell that Trump wants to be a dictator and eventually a king. I guess he doesn't know that Caesar was stabbed to death by 63 senators shortly after his coin was struck. Or maybe he knows this part of history. In this case, Trump knows that no one would want him to be killed. Why? Well, because the death of Caesar plunged the Roman Republic into 17 years of civil war. No one wants to see another civil war happen in the US. Well, maybe except Trump. Anyway, this means that Trump dares to get his coin minted. And that will be a shift in the US from democracy to autocracy, and which is not good for anyone. Okay, my friends, in case you don't know me yet, I'm Judy Faye London, a fan of Jack London. I'm a published writer who writes fiction and non-fiction novels and short stories. You're very welcome to visit my website, judyfaylondon.com, or Amazon to read my poems and my short stories. The last one, Mr. Rat, Candy the Dog, and so on, and my latest non-fiction book, Living with the Walking Dead, a roadmap for achieving your own success. I hope to see you there, and thank you so much for your kind support, and thank you very much for subscribing to my YouTube channels, Judy Faye London and Judy Plus. Judy Faye London is a channel that mainly talks about culture, economics, and dictators and various events and people in human history, while Judy Plus is a channel that talks about interesting discoveries in the world of science.